Hello, everybody. Fantastic Fatman on the ones and twos. I already see Route 2K and my boy Mong Ace in the chat. How we doing, everybody? Today is collegiate games, so it's Fresno State versus UNLV. UNLV versus Fresno State. How we doing, T4D? It's gonna be a best of three. We are fighting to try to stay alive in this Mountain West tournament here. Put up a good effort up against Colorado State. Just to let everybody know where we are. They were in Champ Select. I'm waiting for them to go ahead and get on out so I can swap over to show you guys what champions have been selected, what's the draft that Fresno State's running with, and how well are we gonna do in this game one against UNLV. UNLV won the tournament last year. It was last season, the past tournament. Can I get some confirmation from that from the man on the left? Yes. All right. So UNLV, the winners. Now they are seated as high. So we'll see what happened to them. Yeah, Tom will be coming. No worries. The coach is just trying to get everything set up, I believe, on his side. Let's take it away to the Champ Select area. We got about a minute 49 on the spectate delay. I think I hear Tom coming over here. Now let's take a look at the champions. So on the left, blue side, we have UNLV. It's Inspire on Orn. Salty Enter on the Kindred. Then Akali in the mid lane. Vayne on the ADC. And Lulu as the support. For Fresno State, we have Baking Yummy on Wukong. We have Leon S. Kennedy on the Graves. QST, aka Quest, on the Oriana. Chunky Monkey on his Sivir. And Jinxie Moo on the Karma. So pretty solid bot lane there. They got the synergy with the speed ups, the shields, the poke. Quest on a control mage. Well done. Well done. Leon S. Kennedy is on a comfort pick. He likes the Graves. He likes to have a high tempo in the jungle. A damage dealer himself. And then Baking Yummy on the Wukong. Up in the top lane up against Ornn. I don't think it's that bad of a matchup for Wukong. I think he actually comes out on top a little bit. Even though Ornn is still like very, very strong for being a tank. Here we go. We got 26 seconds, 25 seconds coming in. As far as the team draft goes, I think Fresno State's is a little bit better. Kindred and UNLV's jungle. I think having that's an assassin, 2 carries, and a Lulu. Lulu can only really target one. You think UNLV won the draft? I don't know. I think Graves is a lot higher tempo than Kindred. I think he's able to eat up waves and come out healthier too. Here we are getting into the game. And then Sivir Lulu up against the Karma. Sorry about that. Sivir Karma up against the Vayne Lulu. I'm not too familiar on the bot lane matchups. You're letting me know that the Sivir is actually gonna have a difficult time. Chunky Monkey isn't one really to aggress, so I'm not too worried that he's more of if he's on the weak side of the map. I think Tom's coming on over here. He's got the jersey. Coach Tom.
What's up?
How we doing?
Good.
Here we got T4D explaining to me a little bit that Graves matchup into Kindred is a difficult one for Graves. Is that correct?
Kindred? Yeah, Kindred's a pretty good pick into Graves for sure.
Oh, okay. I thought Graves had a lot of higher tempo and then he comes out healthier too.
Kindred has higher burst, so like later in the game she scales better than Graves just because the range difference. But Graves does an extremely good job early against her. But I mean, it can go both ways. Both champions are this matchup is very skill oriented. Yeah. For balling specifically, Sivir gets hard beat by Vayne.
Yeah.
But Karma should be able to nullify it just because Karma's W gives True Sight. So it was like a counter pick into Vayne.
Okay. So it's just to help out deal with that Vayne that much more. And then the Ornn and Wukong. I think Wukong doesn't do that bad against Ornn, even though he's still pretty high damage. He's still a pretty high damage tank.
Yeah. Especially since Wukong can build that Bork as well too, and then the Block Cleaver build. It just hyperscales well against tanks.
Yeah. The only question is the Akali Orianna quest is on a control mage. I think this is a comfort, right? Like a controller, a defensive type of to a mid laner.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since he didn't know what he was gonna pick into as well too, so he had to take a much more defensive approach.
Yeah,
and then understanding like his jungle matchup, where Kindred is much more aggressive. So being able to play into that and absorb that kind of pressure from mid is more our focus rather than actually winning the lane. It's more just nullifying the mid lane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, here we go. We are into the game. Fresno State on the red side, UNLV on the blue side. Game 1. It is a best of 3. Am I correct on that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There we go.
Yeah. So there was a mix-up, and I do want to make sure that you guys understand this too. This is a lower bracket. So basically, the teams that lost the first round or the winner bracket is playing in the double elimination lower bracket. So again, you'll see that UNLV is seed number 9. We were supposed to play against either seed number 9 or seed number 8. But there was a late add-on to the teams on the roster for the tournament. And UNLV showed up late, so they got the last seed spot. So keep that in mind that they're not actually seed number 9. They just got seed number 9 because they were late to registration. So there was a big screw up, and unfortunately we got screwed over in that bracket, and I tried to fix this, but unfortunately there was nothing that could be done. Obviously, since the bracket for the tournament already started, so quite unfortunate, but that just gives us more reason to just win this.
Yep. We definitely want to go ahead and beat them. Unfortunate events from the Mountain West administration right there.
Yeah, and I'm going to swap to my unbiased persona now. So
okay.
Pretty
there
good.
We go.
Yeah, pretty good start for both junglers. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I mean it's looking pretty normal right now. Mid lane's supposed to win early matchup trades, and then top lane should be a winning matchup for the Wukong early.
One interesting thing I want to go ahead and point out is Fresno State's bot lane going to be able to deal with this Lulu Vayne. And here we go. A lot of aggression coming out of UNLV. Chunky Monkey stepped up a little too far. It's okay. The exhaust used. Able to nullify a lot of that damage. Oh, Jinxie move getting kind of low. Lulu flashing over, confirming the kill. Sivir trying to return the favor by flashing under the... sorry about that. By flashing past the turret, and Vayne under the turret picks up a kill. That's 2 for the side of UNLV. And that's what I was kind of worried about a little bit. Oh, nice teleport into a ward. Dropped down by Leon S. Kennedy. Is going onto the Vayne. Chunky Monkey does have the teleport. Able to come around. Leon S. Kennedy actually not retreating. Oh! Goes down to Snakes. The Lulu. But that's 2 kills for Chunky Monkey, I believe. Oh, no, 1. 1 and 1. Not too shabby. UNLV still comes out on top of that, though.
Yeah, and that's really unfortunate that Graves had to take that trade, because now the jungler gets uncontested ganks to go off, and you'll see Kindred here coming right in.
Yep, into the mid lane. Even though the Kali is at half health. As we were saying before, the Kindred burst is something to watch out for. Quest now dancing around with it, able to absorb the gank.
Yeah, and that's actually really good for Fresno State, because Kindred spent that time where Graves was bot side to make that play, and Kindred tried to make a play that wasn't 100% going to work in mid lane. So that advantage in that specific moment was lost. But you'll see here as well, Lulu being able to move around with the Kindred here, but they're not really finding anything, and this just allows Graves to get what he should have gotten, or what he shouldn't have gotten, for free now, uncontested. So pretty unfortunate sequence of events for UNLV, but again, they're trying to push some sort of play, right? So that's what counts.
Well done, UNLV went for the kills. Unfortunately for them, it does not pay off. Well done by Quest. Leon S. Kennedy taking the top side.
Jungle Grand Canyon. That joke that LS made. Because Diamond Gaming Canyon.
Yeah. I saw that.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, his Natalie was pretty nuts.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, shout out to the world's performances. A lot of the teams that we didn't expect to do well were doing extremely well. And some of the teams that we expect to do well. Oh, a big trade here?
Oh. Looks like Quest is getting the upper hand in the mid lane, but Akali, knowing that champion, he will be able to turn around in one false move. Baking Yummy, trading with Inspire. Just a little bit of top lane duels is all.
A little bit of a wet noodle fight up there. Big trade in bot side here. Oh, not working in favor of Fresno State, but Wukong, Bacon Yummy on the Wukong, not being able to unfreeze his lane state. And Kindred coming by as well too. This is very well set up by Inspire on the Ornn, on the side of UNLV to set this play up. But it looks like Kindred's not going to try and go for this play. Oh, she is. Yep. She's hesitating a bit, but again, Wukong finding himself in a really poor position here.
Yep, extremely low. Does blow the flash. Kindred, no flash to go ahead and respond, but they get the angle. Is Baking Yummy going to be able to retreat? Trying to give the kill over to Ornn, but Ornn just slows him. Kindred gets a touch and kill over to the Ornn.
Yeah, unfortunately no stack built up by Kindred here. And the quick response by Fresno State to grab that dragon, pretty good, right? Pretty good response. And it's an Infernal drink.
Yeah.
Scales really well for them. Not so much right now, but later into the game, they do have some big AD champions like Graves and Wukong. And then Orianna does scale really well with AP as well too in the later stages of the game to make those huge shockwave. In Shockwave, right? The ultimate?
Yeah.
Huge Shockwave plays.
I believe this what? The second tier? Second best dragon to have early? First would be Ocean, correct?
Ocean, and then I would probably say... I mean, Mountain's pretty good too, but
as a first dragon?
I mean, it's good early just because those like small victories that you get just from trading. It all adds up, you know?
Yeah.
But... I mean, I think Infernal Drake is by far the second best. It comes close to Mountain, for sure.
Oh, well done by Fresno State right here. Oh, Shockwave bringing over Akali to a dangerous part of the lane. Jinximu yanking over. Does get turned on by the Akali. The exhaust is out. Jinximu, unfortunately having a flash, but still goes down. Now it's Quest's turn to go ahead and return the favor. Avenge his teammate. Flash comes out and no kill in return. Well done by UNLV's mid lane.
Oh. What a crazy outplay by Euphoric. That's expected from an Akali, right? Like,
yep.
That's why you pick that champion, absorb that pressure, and being able to counterplay anything that comes toward them. So I like to see it. That's exactly how we want to see Akali being played to its fullest.
Well done. Now the bot lane of UNLV. Gonna shove the bot lane, but Jinximu is there.
And this is pretty unfortunate that a Vayne is getting a free farm lane. Now we're just going to get to see a Vayne scaled in, and there's not really much that can be done from the side of Fresno State to slow that down. And the bleeding is just going to continue. And you'll see here.
Yep, Baking Yummy. I think biting off more than he can go ahead and chew. He tried to cancel the second proc of the Ornn Horn. Unfortunately, he does not. He goes ahead and lets out both of his ultimates. 2 knockups, not enough. Another kill over to UNLV.
Yeah, that Ornn against Wukong matchup, Inspire really trying to show that, I guess Ornn does really beat Wukong. So picking up that early Bramble Vest, really negating Bacon Yummy's passive on Wukong with that HP regeneration as well as that lifesteal on that Bilgewater.
Ooh, and look at this. Akali putting Quest dangerously low. Chunky Monkey and Jinximu having a little bit of hard time in the bot lane. I think this is where Leon S. Kennedy goes ahead and points to a lane and decides to fully invest into it, no?
Yeah, I mean, who's going to stop the bleeding, you know? It's definitely up to the support and definitely up to the jungler. But I mean, hey, who knows? People still make mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
So Fresno State can still try and look for those and try to capitalize on those mistakes. But, I mean, as of right now, it looks like UNLV is just kind of coasting through, playing to their advantages and really picking up those kindred marks. Uncontested, it looks like here.
Ooh.
She actually gets the steal there.
Jinximu gets the steal. Leon S. Kennedy's trying to poke out 3 members of UNLV. It looks like they are going to be able to get the blue buff. Oh, Fresno State rotating over. Eyeing the Vayne. Vayne already into half health. A lot of the shield is gone. Heal blown. Ultimate comes out. Collateral damage trying to finish off, but the Kindred ultimate does save him. Euphoric is here with the Akali chasing down the NS Kennedy. Picking up the kill onto over him. Meanwhile, Fresno State chasing down 3 members of UNLV. Kindred gets the wild growth and able to survive. 1 kill over to UNLV.
Yeah, that's a pretty unfortunate play for Fresno State. It looks like they were making a call to try and kill the Kindred and the Vayne, and they didn't have the resources to do so, and they didn't really calculate that very well. And then looking back, if they just turned on Akali after they pushed out the 3 players, Salty Inter, Cleanse, and Snakes, if they just pushed them out, walked back, catch that Akali, making that aggressive outplay, already using the Shroud, they would have been able to just capitalize on that kill, save the Graves from dying potentially, and then also making a big play to counterbalance the amount of pressure that UNLV is putting on Fresno State.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I think the turnaround should have been committed to, but sometimes that tunnel vision, they're so close to dying. You want to just make sure you confirm a kill rather than taking the chance of Akali going 1 for 1.
Oh yeah,
but
I respect it.
Yeah,
I respect it. Following the calls, really sticking to it. That's gonna pay in terms of trust, you know. So I definitely see that being a positive in the long haul.
Oh, look at this, Akali is trading well up against Quest now. 2 kills, already has a Hexic Revolver. Leon S. Kennedy picking up the Rift Herald.
Yeah,
well done.
Both junglers finished with Warrior right now. Both had huge power spikes, and it's still pretty even despite there being 2 deaths on Graves, and there seems to be an objective trade here. Rift Herald for Dragon, and that's an Ocean Drake, so we're open up to a Cloud and a Mountain Soul. And see what it's gonna be. What do you think?
I like mountains. I like mountains when the team
it
is down.
It is a Mountain Drake. So it's gonna be a Mountain Soul. Not very good for... I guess it's good for Ornn here. Ornn can hyperscale with that soul and just be completely unkillable.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, there's no true damage like how UNLV has true damage on that Vayne. Mountain Soul doesn't really matter for them later in the stages of the game when it comes down to team fights. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but I mean, it wouldn't be as relevant.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I think I would have wanted a Cloud. All right.
Oh yeah, your graphic is slow.
Oh. Didn't even notice that. Sorry about that.
Thank you so much, T4D.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. That's why we have such a blessed community. Right there.
Oh, look at this.
Big trade in the mid lane here. Kali getting some really good trades and getting that cheater recall and being able to just reset here. I'm assuming that he has Gunblade here. He has been sitting on a lot of gold, yeah. And a big engage in bot lane.
Oh, Clan's going full aggro. Even with the exhaust, he is completely out damaging Chunky Monkey. They are able to fend it off. Fresno State able to make it right back to the turret, but at what cost? Their health. Meanwhile, Baking Yummy is getting the better trade now with the Cutlass. Ornhorn coming out. Double procced onto him. Baking Yummy extremely low. Oh, tries to flash over to the smoke screen's other side, but Inspire flashes and confirms the kill. Now it's Leon S. Kennedy to go ahead and avenge his teammate. A 1 for 1. I think it's better for Fresno State to go ahead and pick that up, right?
I believe that was a shutdown as well, too, for the Braves. Pretty unfortunate, though. I thought that Bacon Yummy was going to play that beautifully, where he was going to ult as Ornn was going to try and hit that ultimate right back at him. And that would have saved him enough HP so that he could survive and move onward with it. And, you know, they would have been able to deal tons of damage to that turret, get some platings and back there. And then you got to keep in mind, Graves even had the follow-up Rift Herald there. So that would have been an insane play if he had lived there.
Oh, and look at this. Baking Yummy did teleport on over to go ahead and try to confirm a kill onto Vayne. Chunky Monkey walks away with his life in hand. That's a 1 for none. Inspired does commit to teleport to go ahead and counter that TP play, but a little too late on the trigger.
Yeah, and again, Wukong just being more useful early on without an ultimate online from both top laners.
Yeah,
and then also being able to switch to the driver's seat for Fresno State, that's a pretty huge change in tempo, you know. So being able to see that that transition between both teams is pretty nice to see that there's still some fight left in Fresno State.
Well done. Hopefully there's plenty more to come for Fresno State. Maybe they got to go ahead and start looking for the rotations, plan out Kindred Mark as a bait. Plenty of life still left in this game, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, and look at this.
Ooh.
Akali going in onto Quest. Actually, tower diving. The shockwave does come out. And Akali able to commit all that damage before she herself goes down under the turret.
Yeah, and Euphoric really showing that he's very well versed in that Akali and knows the limitations and plays Orianna like a fiddle.
Well done by the UNLV mid laner. Looks like UNLV's bot lane going aggressive onto Baking Yummy. Does land the stun. Oh, Kindred ultimate having to come out the turret, just putting in so much work. Baking Yummy does not get the second proc onto the vein, has to go down. But a teleport did come out from Quest, knowing that Kindred no longer has the ultimate. Nice flash over the wall, trying to dance happy feet for the UNLV jungler. Top lane is taken by Fresno State, but Akali is here to go ahead and answer. Leonis Kennedy gets melted. Now it's a 2v2 with a very fed Akali. They're going to have to go ahead and retreat. Oh, 3 members of UNLV all looking for Quest. Doesn't quite come out to anything.
Yeah, and you're seeing here UNLV really putting on that show, trying to tell everybody that's watching and Fresno State that we're not being outnumbered. You guys are not nearly as good enough to face us here, and just showing them that even without numbers, we'll still contest you.
Oh, and look at this. Quest actually getting sandwiched from both sides. Goes down to the Kindred and Akali. Kill goes over to the Akali. Now 4-0.
Yeah, and looks like the game is just bleeding out. Let's see how Fresno State responds with this.
Oh, Baking Yummy looking to go ahead and get aggressive onto the Akali. Knows that she has the kill potential anyways. Backs on off to the safety of his mid turret.
Yeah, and again, Fresno State looking like they're not on the same page, not trying to find anything to start something together. That's pretty unfortunate to see because again, their composition does really well together with that Silver speed up, Karma speed up follow up, and then on top of that, the Shockwave with the Wukong ultimate as well too.
Yeah,
there's tons of options to utilize in any situation really. It's just a matter of figuring out when you want to start grouping to find that situation.
Yeah, it looks like Fresno State just got to get into a rhythm where they layer their CC, layer out their damage. But look at this. Akali now looking to go ahead and pick up another kill onto Quest. Quest thinking he's safe on the back end of that lane goes down to your Euphoric. Oh, and look at this though. Leon S. Kennedy trying to go aggressive onto the Lulu. Wild Growth is used. Kindred though just completely out damaging the Graves. Goes down. Fresno State now down 2 members. Are you going to be eyeing the Rift? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was Akali making a play down at bot and then making another play across the map.
Yeah.
So, finding himself, is that really happening? How is that transpiring?
They are just completely all on the same page, and their page says win.
Yeah.
Fresno State playing on a more defensive angle. One solid team fight could turn this all around. They're stopping the second charge of the Rift. Oh, landing a shockwave onto the Kindred. It looks like they're going to go ahead and commit to it. Silver ultimate comes out. Kindred is surviving because of hers, but ultimately goes down. Shutdown going over to Chunky Monkey.
Yeah, that was a really good pick. But again, a lot of resources were used there. And the resources of UNLV are still up for this next play, whether it be, set up for Baron or in the jungle. But again, Fresno State should be playing cautious until these resources come back online.
Yeah, it looks like they're almost desperate to make a play because they know they are 1 member up, but they need to understand that the kill potential is still there. Look at Cleanse turning onto Baking Yummy, going under the turret. No ultimate for Baking Yummy. Cleanse able to pick up the kill. Out damages the turret, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of bounced with the aggro as well.
Yeah, and Clean's doing a good job managing mana and aggro and being able to figure out, hey, I can just put a ward in here, I can condemn him, hit him a bit, and being able to calculate that play to execute him and getting that play. Now that just forces another person from the side of Fresno State to have to tend to top lane, reducing the ability to push that bot lane in preparation for Baron. So huge tempo play made from Cleanse there.
I think this is where part of the game you realize no one can really answer a solo laner, maybe even the ADC of UNLV, so you need to start rolling around as a pack. Probably try to set up a bait where they try to answer a wave. Basically, windows need to be opened manually rather than waiting for the opportunity, no?
Yeah, for sure. At this point, all windows are closed. They gotta just figure out how to slam one open. Because...
I like to punch mine open.
Yeah. Those usually end up with bloody fists.
Hey, man, Fresno State at all costs, baby. At all costs, Fresno. Let's go.
Yeah. So,
look at this.
To be honest, Kennedy just face-checking a Kali.
Oh, does not get any damage out. The wild growth just absorbs all of it. The healing of Euphoric as well.
Yeah, and you know that there's an issue when Lulu is starting to use the Lulu ultimate, the wild growth, for an offensive play.
Yeah.
At full HP.
Well done, the slow and knockup, trying to help out with the CC. It looks like Baking Yummy's trying to turn onto it. Sivir is there. Ooh. Ultimate used. Oh, but Euphoric able to get out. Is the speed up from Karma? Are they going to try to chase any further? They're all on Baron. UNLV has 4 members on it. Fresno State try to make a play onto Akali. They did not fully commit. They assumed UNLV is in the bot side of the map. They are wrong. Baron over to the side of UNLV.
And that's exactly what you want to see from Akali, right? Being able to pull that pressure and then being able to just buy that much time for his team to make those advantages and take those advantages on the opposing side of the map. So, I mean, hey, it looks like it's being played textbook by UNLV,
Well done. A little reminiscent to the Oakland days. Wouldn't you say so, Tom?
Yeah. We'll have to definitely go over those games eventually. Because Kevin did actually find those.
Community chat.
Yep.
Meanwhile, sole point for UNLV, picking up their 2nd mountain and their 3rd dragon. So well done by Fresno State, answering, taking a little bit of a step forward, picking up the mid outer.
And again, as textbook as you can find it, the 1-3-1 with Baron buff, optimizing that Baron power play. I want to say the Red Bull Baron power play because, in Worlds.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a little room to say that.
Not yet.
Big damage from Vayne just from a simple tumble.
That was about like a 1/5 of Sivir's health.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage. And that's not even with critical strike yet. Yeah. Alright. Looking pretty textbook from me.
Yep, Fresno State trying to defend all lanes. This is a little scary for me because sometimes when a team is behind and they try to spread out their manpower, they spread themselves too thin. Leon S. Kennedy now pseudo engaged under the turret, just poking him out, trying to get him off of the mid turret. It looks like they will be successful with that canyon minion, empowered canyon minion, picking up the mid inner.
Yeah, and that orange is hovering to look for an engage. Very good move by Inspire to provide that pressure so that they can whittle down that turret and take it. So again, long time still left on the Baron buff, and it looks like a small engage.
Leon S. Kennedy trying to lay down the law onto Kindred, but able to hop on over the wall to safety into the hands of the Lulu.
And it looks like this defense is coming out pretty clean from Fresno State. They're actually able to somewhat stabilize, losing a tower in mid lane there, but still could be much worse for sure.
Yep. The fear is still there of spreading themselves too thin. Baron, what is the timer on Baron? Ooh, just about done. Well done by Fresno State. Really holding down the fort.
Yeah, and with Baron falling down, there comes an opportunity where Fresno State can has a lot shorter of a distance to travel to group up and can beat them in rotations. And it looks like an engage potentially.
Oh.
No.
They are playing with fire. UNLV is looking for the right opportunity. Almost looks like they're jabbing, like in a boxing match.
Yeah.
They're jabbing to see how Fresno State will react. Are they gonna overcommit? Are they gonna expend too many summoners to try to be safe in a defensive manner? Well done by UNLV, but I think their patience was a little their downfall on this Baron play.
Yeah. And I don't think it's too bad again, too. I mean, I do agree with you completely where they should have been able to find a much greater opening, UNLV. Again, the bottom turret actually fell. I didn't really catch that, but it did fall to a cannon minion, I'm quite certain. So, again, they did get an inhibitor turret. But again, I'm not really concerned for UNLV here, just because those Ornn items are starting to come out as well, too. And you see Vayne with the upgraded Blade of the Rune King. And, it only comes time where more and more items are going to be upgraded by Ornn. Mm-hmm. So again, there's the Hextech Gunblade the Zhonya's Hourglass on Akali and the Infinity Edge on Kindred that still need to be upgraded. So again, stalling out time isn't necessarily the worst here, just because of that hyper Ornn scaling with items.
100% Molten Edge, I believe, right?
For the Infinity Edge?
Yeah,
yes.
Molten Edge.
And I think it's like Paradox.
Already Might of the Ruined King built. Oh, Quest trying to flash over to the Vayne. Horn coming out. Call of the Forge God. Unable to really commit onto a carry of Fresno State. And engage or resource for a resource type of situation going on.
And I think UNLV definitely won that resource trade there because that was a flash that was expended, but a big fight potentially.
Ooh, Redemption coming out too. And Leon S. Kennedy trying to go onto Snakes. Lulu is alone. UNLV, though, is on the ready to go ahead and try to confirm back onto it. Leon S. Kennedy actually dashes forward, able to flash on to safety. Oh, but unfortunately goes down here, though. Fresno State trying to commit onto UNLV. Bacon Yummy getting so close, but Kindred able to survive. Now Jinximu goes down along with Quest. Ace by UNLV. And looks like this is potentially game. Are they going to wait for minions? Oh, using the telly to go ahead and get the aggro, prolong it. 1 Nexus turret down, 2 Nexus turret down. And it looks like it is game for UNLV. 1 for UNLV. It's all right. It is a best of 3. Fresno State just trying to wake up. And there we have it. That is game 1 of Fresno State versus UNLV. Let me update the score. Tom will be back shortly. Just having to go back. I believe they have like a 5-minute break, potentially, and then the draft. So we'll see if we can go ahead and get the draft on our end. How are we doing, everybody, so far? How did it look? Fresno State's bot lane is something that I was scared for. We don't normally see Chunky Monkey on a traditional ADC. He's kind of a utility bot laner. I've seen him do well on the mages, on the Ziggs. We have seen him on the Maokai, ran next to the Senna. I'm not entirely mad at the fact that he is on the ADC because Sivir is actually one of his comfort picks. And if he were to be down and out, that would be one champion I would want him on. It just looks like the game got a little steamrolled out of hand early in the early game. We saw that kind of complication last matchup against Colorado State. We'll see if Fresno State can strike back game 2 just like they did against Colorado. We'll see if they go for the scaling. We'll see if they go for the meatball comp, triple telly. Yeah, let me see, T4D, Comet Karma over Guardian. Yeah, I think the poke was their saving point, but going Guardian made it that much more defensive. Needed for lane presence, especially when your ADC is counterpicked like that. Okay. Yeah, it looks like Bacon Yummy decided to go for the Triforce instead of the Cleaver build. Was probably just trying to output damage at that point. Probably trying to trade carry for carry. We saw him engage onto Kindred, be so close with the utility of UNLV. Akali kind of got out of hand to the point where she was there was no answer for her. You kind of had to catch the team around her off. But still, valiant effort from Fresno State. Didn't really go our way. UNLV did strike first, but it's okay. It is a best of 3. We came back with 1 game 2. We will do the same. No matter if this is the winner of the last tournament. Now seed 9, as we heard, seed 9. They're able to get back into this tournament. All right, it's all right. We got this, Fresno State. Let me see. That was a huge message, T4D. Let me finish the rest. Yeah, Cleaver, Armor Rushing McHale's. Things higher value in the game, 100%. Also tab eyes, unless Swifties just move to on the map quicker. Okay.
I actually had a question.
All right. So it looks like yeah, it looks like we are going to wait for them to finish up the draft. It should be about 10 minutes at the most for us to go ahead and come back online. Go ahead and take a break, get your waters, get your snacks. Go ahead and come on back. UNLV versus Fresno State. Game 1. Going over to UNLV. Looking for a Fresno State answer just like in Colorado. And hopefully we're able to close out on the champions. We'll be right back.
Come and run again. You want a dose of this right now? It's KD. I'm a goddess with a blaze. Story trouble 내 이름 믿지 못하게 loud 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 loud. I could take you to the top. 절대 멈추지 못해. 내가 끝내주는 bad girl girl girl. And when I start to talk that oh you know how to react. I'm a picture perfect face with the wild in my veins. You can hear it in my growl 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 growl. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. 달 수 없는 대본.
Hello, hello, hello. We're back. How we doing? How we doing? Let's take a look at the team comps of both UNLV and Fresno State. Fresno State is on red side again. UNLV on the blue side. You decided to pick up red side twice?
No, we
Or
got
once?
choice. We got choice first.
Okay. They decided to keep it on blue.
I mean, I love seeing that.
They banned
You guys
Timo?
can't see it, but yeah, both games.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll be up. It's not gonna be public.
Oh, it's
Subscribers,
yeah.
advocates of sports subs. Yeah.
All right, you should be good now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you guys didn't see the bans, but Timo bans all across the board. There's this thing on Play VS. I don't know if you guys started Play VS, but they have a really sick system for match history, and you can actually see all the past history or all the past match histories of like the entire teams that competed.
Really?
So like they saw that Timo thing, and the only match that we won was with Timo, so they banned it out both games.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Because if you look at Ryan's match history, Bacon Yummy's match history, you
Yeah.
won't even see Timo on there, aside from like the left side where it shows champion, how many times you played a champion and what the win rate is.
Yeah.
So, pretty unfortunate, but at the same time, I still love to see it.
Okay.
I could care less. I love to see it.
Well done, well done. That gives you a lot of confidence that you're able to bring out a Timo ban for your team. Here, looking at the team comps, it looks like we have a scaling up in the top lane, Gangplank against Malphite. I think Gangplank should have his way against Malphite. Towards the early, no?
I think it's late.
It's late?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like probably like level 5 plus.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Unless Malphite builds a full tank,
Mm-hmm.
then then GP never gets to have fun.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
then the set to the Lilia, I believe Lilia, she's able to full clear her camps easily.
Yeah.
I know people like to invade with her just because she's so smooth with clearing her camps. Did you choose the set to try to fight her? Did you choose the set to try to be proactive in the lanes? It's you know what? Don't answer that just in case we got some UNLV people watching. You know what? Hey,
It's cool.
hey.
They're already in game. They're already in game.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're about like 3 minutes or more off. It's all right though. What's it called? The first gank should be coming out around right now.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a secret.
Yeah.
But as far as you were gonna say something? Sorry, I was cutting you off. I was gonna say
you're good.
as far as the team comps go, how you looking like we did?
I think Fresno State's draft is a little AP heavy, but it's still a really good comp to play at a mid range. And that having that Malphite as a go button seems really good against that comp for UNLV. But if UNLV again, and they showed that last game, their level of individual prowess, they might be able to pull this composition off where they bait the resources of Fresno State. So yeah, I think Fresno State has the more simplistic composition, and they are much likely to have a better chance in team fights, I guess you can say. So I think Fresno State won in that aspect. If UNLV does play it well to their individual skill and, obviously to their best individual skill, then I think UNLV has a much better chance against that comp because, again, they have so many resources to bait out the ultimates of Fresno State, like that movement speed from Lilia, the oranges from GP, Lucian being very slippery, and then Ezreal being able to also be very slippery with that arcane shift, then Lux just being able to support from afar. So that's my thought on that. And it looks like a late invade here. Yep, a late invade from UNLV.
To the top side, Fresno State is blind to this. They will have no idea. Syndra, hopefully, Quest doesn't step up too far up. It looks like he is dancing, just trying to get some info. Leonis Kennedy picks up blue. Oh no, Chunky didn't wait for the souls. That's all right. There's more to come.
He's probably just waiting or trying to make sure he gets there for the EXP.
The EXP. Yeah.
And you guys saw that first Raptor invade. It's kind of weird because they went for that invade, but then Lilia didn't stay for that early red. And Syndra and Malphite don't necessarily have much early game tools to close in on the Lilia. So I'm unsure why they did that invade and then just left. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it is very, very common for Lilia to do that late invade onto the Raptors anyways. But I'm not sure why they decided to make that play. Just because Set can't start Raptors anyways.
Oh, so, look at this though. Jinxie move. Oh, putting yourself in a horrible situation. And Ezreal and Lux able to take advantage. First blood over to UNLV.
Wow. And, you know, I was having a conversation because I didn't even think that anything was going to come out from that. But Puns and Snakes from the bot side of UNLV just being able to find something. Oh, and another fight here.
Oh, Leon S. Kennedy able to force the flash off of the GP. Putting some pressure onto the top side.
Yeah, maybe if I just keep talking, there's more action to come, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah. Looks like top is still trying to like push for this. Oh, well, as I was saying it.
Yep.
Another big play, no flash online.
Yep, GP slowed down. Oh, Malphite trying to flash. Doesn't quite get the E damage. And Haymaker unable to finish the GP. Forced out of lane, does have the TP to go ahead and come back in. Set looking for the top scuttle, and here in the bot lane, it looks like all pressure is UNLV, all the prio towards them, and then it looks like they're still able to poke out this bot lane, even under the turret.
And I don't even think that was a huge loss for Inspire on the GP for UNLV, mainly because that second set gank was basically ganking Malphite, because it made him blow his flash with nothing to come out from it when flash was already blown from GP.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not a big fan of that play, but again, the GP did lose out on some experience and gold, but at what cost?
Yeah.
Right? So, again, he didn't really lose too much in that sense, with the amount of time invested from 2 players on the side of Fresno State.
Ooh, Lucian's angles.
So he got those.
Able to get some angles out. Chunky Monkey getting incredibly low.
Yeah, and you see that CS deficit in the bot lane there. It's about a couple waves, actually. So pretty big advantage right now. And Euphoric really showing that happy feet again. And again, Leon S. Kennedy standing on top of a ward. Not finding himself in a very good position here. Lots of time being wasted from the side of Fresno State, while Lilia just took his entire bot side jungle uncontested.
Yep, Rubber Banded Gromp, Rubber Banded Wolves, all power to Lilia, ramping up the XP.
Yeah, and I think it was just Rubber Banded. It was only one of the camps that was Rubber Banded.
Oh, Gromp, that's right. He went 3 camp.
Yeah, so
Sorry
again, Leon S. Kennedy being able to understand that he needs to also take that side of the jungle too. So again, not losing out on too much there, but Lilia did come up on top with 2 camps, or 1 camp over Set, if he were to clear his entire jungle. No, actually 2, because she took the Raptors as well. So that's Raptors. Oh, and a big play here potentially.
Look at this. Oh, Scatter the Weak does not get the stun off of Solution. Oh, but look at this. He's trying to turn it around. Gets a double proc, Ignite, slowly ticking away, and just enough. Euphoric slays Quest, and another kill over to UNLV.
And that was the last tick of Ignite, so beautifully planned out by Euphoric. Understanding how much damage he was going to output there, and Syndra just being put to the test and didn't pass the test.
Oh, unfortunate. Inferno Drag is the first drag again. Quest using the teleport to go back into the lane, possibly crash the wave, or yep, crashing the wave. We are at level 5. This was where you said GP is going to be able to take the reins of this lane. Hopefully Baking Yummy is able to nullify whatever advantage GP has. And 4 members of Fresno State on the bot side, they might be making a play for the Inferno Dragon. They are caught. They are eyed out.
You know, it's like Leon S. Kennedy just going to be able to secure this Rift Scuttler with no contest. And Lilia coming in a bit late after having that much dominance in the jungle. Just giving up that scuttle is not very characteristic when you're up in that when you're just up in that advantage in tempo.
Tempo, XP, map.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Oh. Okay, so the poke isn't as detrimental as before, where they were kind of having Fresno State's life at half. They both had half health. The poke, it looks like, is no longer being that detrimental towards him.
Yeah, and the gap in bot lane is still pretty far. It's getting a little far. The last time we were looking at it, it was 2 waves down. Now it's almost 3 waves down, I would say. So it's starting to get a little farther. So that's a good indicator where you can clearly say that Cleanse and Snakes doing a much better job in terms of wave control and wave dominance, or I should say lane dominance, excuse me. And again, this is what I was talking about, GP just being able to freely get in here and not being contested, and Malphite just has to walk out of there. Keep in mind, that's GP without the Sheen right now.
Yeah.
He is definitely going to back here and grab that, I'm quite certain. Costs us 700, and he does have enough gold for it. So big, or I should say a big mini power spike for GP before that Trinity Force.
It's a nice trade item.
For a very, very low cost. And I do remember they were talking about in the patch notes to try and remove that Sheen.
Ooh, look at this though. As you're speaking, Chunky Monkey gets completely deleted yet again. All they need is really one snare. The Ezreal just rushed the Sheen. They did not go for the Tier Goddess. Understood he has all the kill potential in this lane. TP coming out from Baking Yummy. Double TP. Both flash out of the Malphite. Oh, but it looks like Snakes goes down. I wonder if they're going to continue on looking for that Ezreal. Nope.
It looks like Malphite's still going to take the roam mid here, applying pressure for Syndra, kind of slowing down that Lucian's lead here. That was just a crazy play that was just explosive through the bot lane right there. Pulling both flashes from Cleanse and Snakes, making them extremely vulnerable.
Oh, look at this.
Wraparound.
Fresno State able to sandwich Lucian. 3 members all onto Euphoric. Euphoric trying to turn it around, but the CC and damage is too much. Euphoric goes down. And a turnaround by Fresno State. Able to pick off the Ezreal, and he does. Senna confirms it with the ultimate. GP ultimate coming out. Senna able to flash out and survive. Oh, the Cupid comment confirmed. That's 2 kills in return for Fresno State. Fresno State answering back.
And you know what you were talking about last game?
Yeah.
You were like, like in a boxing match when they're trading jabs?
Yeah.
Man, these are like haymakers being thrown back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, Fresno State being able to recover from that initial haymaker from the start in the ball lane where they got killed early on, or Jinximu got killed early on, and now they're just responding back with the haymaker. You saw that Rift Herald mid, a play being made from mid and bot side, being able to capitalize on Cleanse and Snake's over-aggression in bot lane due to their overconfidence, and it just, not working so well in their favor this time around.
Well done. Able to nip the aggression on the bud, and Fresno State now on the upper hand, but it looks like Inferno Drake is getting picked up by UNLV.
Yeah, and again, that's an Inferno Drake being picked up early, and it's an Ocean Drake second, so it's going to be another Cloud Hand Mountain Soul, possibly. Very, very slow souls.
No true damage this time, so Mountain. Oh, look at this.
Ooh,
Fresno
big.
State and UNLV here. Flash by Baking Yumi, able to confirm the kill onto Euphoric. Leon S. Kennedy now rotating over. Was there for moral support. Senna and the Vel'Koz are getting chunked out, but the heal from Senna is just coming out and really turning this lane around. And Ezreal built Tier Goddess barely. The stacks are barely stacking, so he is a bit behind. Took the aggressive approach, and it kind of bit him in the butt.
Yeah, and you see Senna, down 40 or 30 CS now, and but that mana immune is complete, so that scaling is going to hit a higher mark earlier on. So Senna's going to hit that power spike earlier on. So, Ezreal still has that gold advantage, but won't hit that power spike a little later for the price of being able to purchase that Sheen early. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is the turning point. If Fresno State wants to continue on, the tempo is on their side.
Yeah, and wouldn't you say that Salty Enter on the Lilia is not nearly as impactful as he was last game? And it looks like we're unfolding a fight here.
It looks like he's cursed with all of the clearing camps. But look at this, Leon S. Kennedy. Flash, face breaker, I believe it's called. Able to pull in the Ezreal, showstopper, and confirmed kill for Fresno State. Now it's their turn to go on the aggressive. It really looks like they're trying to put on a stamp that they're not going to roll over for this series.
Yeah, and oh wait, another fight happening here.
Oh man, Lilia doesn't quite land her ball. The sleep coming out. Do they have enough damage to confirm the kill? And they do. Shutdown going over. Meanwhile, Euphoric able to pick up another solo kill onto Quest. Quest goes down.
Yeah, there's just jabs being thrown left and right here. And
I think these are haymakers.
and they're just taking it. None of them are blocking. They're just getting the hit.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a bloodbath for sure.
Yeah.
But again, which team is going to benefit from this? I think Fresno State benefits more from this because I feel like UNLV doesn't necessarily need to make those trades. Their goal as composition, as the champions they've chosen, is meant to just scale and not have any interaction when it comes to team fights and taking those trades. They can win these fights without dying.
Correct. And one thing that for sure does scare me is when teams have scaling, that means there is a ticking time bomb. But Fresno State does have a bit of a comp to go ahead and counter that. I mean, Vel'Koz in return is going to be able to delete one of the carries. On top of that, Chunky Monkey has all the heals.
Oh my, are we seeing an AP Malphite? Oh my goodness!
I was gonna say the Q. I was gonna say the Q was doing a lot of damage onto GP.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going for the AP Malphite. I want to pass off on the blue here, but
Lilia is here. Did go ahead and sniff that out, but Lux trying to help out the team ends up putting herself in a sticky situation. The stopwatch timer is not well timed, but Leon S. Kennedy picks up the kill. Jinxie Moo does use the ultimate. Now it looks like Fresno State owns the river. They were able to turn that around. It looked like they were trying to pick off Quest unsuccessfully.
Yeah, and it looked like Salty Incher was looking for a really cute play there. Didn't have the sleep online, and then ended up baiting snakes into that play, trying to cast that Lux ultimate, but potentially a fight here.
Yeah, Jinxie Moo looking to turn onto the Ezreal here. Lucian in the mid lane, Euphoric kind of having his way onto Quest. Quest at half health. So bursty. Oh, and look at this. Showstopper onto Lucian. Lucian does get Unleashed Power procced all over. Leon S. Kennedy picks up another kill. 3 members of UNLV do rotate over to the bot lane. Looks like they try to crash onto Chunky Monkey and Jinxie Moo. But yet again, absorbing all the attention from Lilia. Not really able to make the same plays, like you said, that he was having success on the Kindred.
Yeah, and if we think about it too, looking at last game already, Fresno State showing this much life and being able to capitalize on what they're more comfortable with is what it looks like. I mean, what does UNLV do in this position to respond? I mean, they are getting all the dragons, but is that going to be enough? Granted, how much of a lead in tempo Fresno State has taking that mid turret?
Yeah, I don't know. And then the first 2 Drakes, I think, are a bit overrated, especially if you can't really close out the game. You are a scaling comp, so that's the mid game isn't really in your favor if you don't have that nice lead. 2 dragons means you're gonna have to babysit the soul that much more. And what soul is it?
Loud. And that's not very beneficial for the side of UNLV. That's actually in favor of Fresno State quite heavily because again, those ultimates, especially Malphite ultimate, is definitely more impactful than any ultimate in this game.
Yep, and looks like Rift was picked up by Leon S. Kennedy.
In response.
Yeah, trading objectives.
Yeah, I like it.
Picks up the Scuttle.
And again, this time around, the stun coming out.
Oh, but no, another fight. Baking Yummy and the GP. Quest getting the upper hand there on the trades. Lilia needs to watch out. Is Quest going to be able to turn onto the Lilia? No. Doesn't quite see it. Doesn't quite have the CDs for it. And bot lane of Fresno State are now taking the bot turret.
Yeah.
Bot outer turret in response.
And you can definitely see UNLV faltering a bit here. And you see QST on that Syndra. Oh, a fight here potentially. Oh, a flash coming out.
Trading a lot of health. Ezreal does dodge a lot of that damage. Chunky Monkey misses the ult. Jinxie Moo doesn't quite get the angle. And Jinxie Moo loses her life to that aggressive play.
Yeah, and Jinxie Moo casting that ultimate under turret while getting shot. Wasn't the best choice. Oh, and a fight here potentially.
Leon S. Kennedy now hunting down the deer. Bambi, where are you going? GP trying to help out, zone away. And Lilia is just a bit too squishy. This is part of the game where her damage doesn't quite help. Isn't quite there compared to her health, her defenseless stats, right?
Yeah, for sure. And again, Lilia being that very early game annoying champion, not really getting.
Oh, Leonis Kennedy does quite point him out. GP ultimate coming out. Ganon Barrage. Lucian. Oh, flashing over to the Baking Yummy. Baking Yummy does use Unstoppable Force. Unable to turn it around. Does get the autos. Oh, but Leonis Kennedy kind of sticking around, trying to see how much damage he does onto the GP. Lilia is there. Orange out of the showstopper. Stun comes out and the smite before the sleep. He is on a killing spree, but the shutdown goes over to Lilia. That will definitely benefit her a lot.
And we found KOST and Jinximu finding a pick on Snakes, trying to find those deep wards. Instead, finding deep... I don't know. I wanted to say balls because Vel'Koz has balls.
Deep Catastrophe. Deep Catastrophe. Only
Explosive.
goes into the deep jungle of Fresno State only to find the holy trinity of geometry.
You guys can't see me right now, but I just gave Aaron a thumbs up.
I got scared. I was like, wait. Does that sound right? Well done by Fresno State here, having some life to their series.
Yeah, and all outer turrets almost being taken here. Bot side holding on just by a sliver here. And it looks like the rotations are coming through. Senna's staying in mid. Syndra's actually moving toward mid. It looks like they're potentially grouping up for a play here. And again, the Lunan's Echo completed on Malphite, so dealing a bit of damage. There is some magic resist on the jungler, and no, actually from top lane jungle and mid lane. So again, Malphite's going to be doing a lot of damage. Oh, potentially a fight. Nope.
Lilia concedes it.
Malphite's on the flank here.
Malphite is on the... Oh! Scatter of the Weak does land onto the Ezreal. Oh, Quest trying to pick up a kill. In return. Oh.
And pulling Snake's Flash with Bacon Yummy on that ultimate. What is it? Unstoppable Force?
Yeah.
Yeah, Unstoppable Force pulling that Flash of Snakes there. And then ultimately leaving mid open to be taken.
Yep, mid inner already. Providing more pressure, taking more turrets than the last game. And only the mid outer turret is still up for Fresno State. That's something to note.
Yeah.
That definitely defends so much of the map.
Yeah. And again, that bot turret on the side of UNLV is still up, so it brings a lot of map pressure onto that dragon on the bottom side. Let's see if UNLV capitalizes on that by rotating through the bot side of the map. But it looks like they're actually just going to walk straight through the wardage, or the leftover wardage, and the visions through the mid lane of Fresno State, showing that they are going down to contest this dragon, giving a lot up in terms of surprise. The element of surprise.
Yep. Malphite does get snared up. Lucian, the calling comes out. Becky Yummy is at half health. Needs to be careful. Leon S. Kennedy on the other side. Quest. Oh! Doesn't quite land onto Lilia. Jinxie moves, stopwatches. Stops all the damage from coming out. Able to survive. Cannon Barrage comes out onto that choke point. But Fresno State do concede the pressure on that side of the river. Only to walk around. They are still contesting this dragon. They are not letting it go for free. Leon S. Kennedy at the tip of their formation. Is he going to flash over the wall? Oh, no. Now dragon is getting focused on by Fresno State. Lilia's ball does not quite hit. Oh, Quest getting extremely low. It is the smite. Oh, GP able to steal it. Baking Yummy does get a nice 3-man ultimate. Jinxie Moo able to knock up. Euphoric Lucian goes down. Now the next one to be stunned is the GP. GP getting extremely low. 2 flashes of Fresno State coming out unsuccessful, but Leon S. Kennedy is eyeing down the Ezreal saying, hey, I could go ahead and go for you. Haymaker comes out. The shield doesn't prevent any damage, but doesn't do any damage to the team. They're able to walk away, and that is a 2 for 1? 2 for 2?
2 for 1 trade there.
But UNLV does pick up the dragon. Well done by the GP. Steals it.
Yeah, and that's a very huge dragon to get there, to make sure that they get that soul point. Just because, again, they play to the dragons, they must commit to getting the dragons.
Yep.
But again, this is what I was talking about last week. If you guys tuned in to support us in our first match in this tournament, I was saying it may not be smart to get all the dragons this early because you're gonna have to be playing against an Elder Drake a lot sooner as well too. So if your composition can't capitalize on picking up that dragon at that stage of the game, it's gonna be extremely difficult for you to play to that. And that may be a way for your opponents to get back into the game. So again, that's just what I'm concerned for UNLV. Do they even need to want to take this? Do they make the decision to do so, or just play for the Baron, right? And just slow the game down, make sure you stick to your advantage, which I assume they should have had, but then now that I look at the gold value, it's only 200 or what is that, 200 gold difference. So again, I don't know if it's the best choice for them to pick up this soul and play for that Elder Drake because that lead isn't that big.
They're on soul points, so they got one more dragon. And is that going to be the big bait for Fresno State to come back into not come back into this game, but really put the stamp on the win?
Potentially, yeah. I would say so because again, how do they defend against Malphite Syndra? There's not enough defensive stats out yet, so they're just going to lose one person immediately. But again, if they play it well enough, granted, there aren't any flashes up only on Lucian right now on the side of UNLV, so their chance of outplaying a Malphite ultimate is pretty slim.
Yeah, and here we have 4 members of UNLV on the bot side.
Oh, look at this flank from Set. They don't see it.
I see it. As a spectator, Culling coming out, and the Ezreal does confirm a kill onto Chunky Monkey. Bacon Yummy does go down as well, and now GP is on a double kill. Leon Kennedy surviving. Unleashed Power does execute the Ezreal. Fresno State. It looks like they weren't quite yet ready for that, and UNLV kind of in response struck first, right?
Yeah, and it looked
they were able to make the first move.
And it looked like Fresno State saw that play happening where the set was coming around. I'm gonna wait a little bit just because there might be a big fight here.
Yeah, Scatter of the Week does come out, but it doesn't really help out defending that mid outer turret. UNLV finally picking up that turret.
Yeah, and just to bounce off what T4D is saying as well too, as I was thinking about it, that Ezreal getting killed by Syndra there, huge play by QST to deny that Baron potential. Because again, if he survived, that was a 5-man against a 2-man at the Baron pit, which again would have been extremely in favor of UNLV, allowing for that pressure to be put in. And then on top of that, the resources of Leon Kennedy and QST on the Syndra were down. So they wouldn't be able to contest that as well as they would have liked to. So again, very, very, very questionable choice by Cleanse to Arcane Shift forward and try to hit that Syndra even though she wasn't even close to dying.
So this is the part of the game where they go ahead and eat up their own camps, try to stabilize the map. Wards being cleared, wards being placed. 4 members of UNLV on the bot side. Cloud Drake up in 45 seconds. It looks like they're the first ones there again. Ezreal's ultimate did come out, but it doesn't proc the Edge of Night Shield from Senna. Quest actually grabs the blue buff.
Yeah, and there's a TP on Malphite right now. And again, if he TPs, I think he's going to be a little too late to the fight because again, these fights are so explosive. If he walks there, and which I think he is currently doing, there's a much greater chance they might find success here. So again, UNLV very well prepared here for this.
Sitting at the mid-river bush.
Against Set, finding that rotation.
Yeah, it looks like they're not patient enough to wait. The mid-prio is getting a bounce back and forth ping pong match.
Yeah, and that's a good response.
Did Leon Kennedy find a way in? Do they not see him? They don't. Unleashed Power does get a knock up onto 2. Senna ultimate does come out. Leon Kennedy has a huge shield from the Haymaker. 3 go to sleep on the side of Fresno State. And the Ezreal ultimate melting them. Now Jinxie Moo goes down. Quest goes down in response. But what the Unleashed Power picks up a kill onto the Ezreal.
Yeah, and I think that was such a good setup by Fresno State. But if you saw it, Salty Enter landed a I forgot what it's called. It's like a seed, her E, where she throws it. It hit 3 people. She put them to sleep as they were getting engaged on, and that pretty much nullified all the damage coming up from Fresno State and provided that time being built for UNLV to find themselves in a more favorable position. So again, props to Salty Inter. As I was saying before, his sense of impact was very low in comparison to his kindred. Coming into this game, he's finding himself extremely impactful through the mid-game to late-game transition.
Well done by UNLV. There is still life in this game. They pick up the Baron. We'll see how much they can take in this game. What's the Baron play going to be like? Are they going to be able to eat up the rest of the turrets on the map and only leave the base, the inhibitor turrets up? Or is Fresno State going to be able to converge on them, make them waste the Baron buff? Oh, yeah. Man. We'll see.
And I'm thinking about using this Baron buff to provide enough pressure to just make sure they don't lose anything here. Because I think that Fresno State still has... Oh, that's a lot of damage coming from that Lux.
Oh, and look at this. Ezreal trying to come onto the Chunky Monkey. The culling comes out. Quest getting extremely low. Ezreal's ultimate doesn't quite hit.
And Leonos Kennedy on the wrong side of the map. Looks like his team has to retreat here.
It looks like he wanted to go ahead and flank. Does have the Haymaker shield fully stacked. Does not want to stand around for UNLV though. Baking Yummy and Leon S. Kennedy are trying to find the angle onto UNLV. UNLV knocking on the mid inner turret. Baking Yummy spotted out. Leon S. Kennedy spotted out. Nice defense coming out from UNLV. Trying to make sure they do not get sandwiched. Oh, and meanwhile, they're still providing so much pressure onto that mid turret. Oh, Leon S. Kennedy engaging onto the Lilia. Lilia gets 2 ultimates. Both stopwatches being used. Lux doesn't quite confirm the kill. Leon S. Kennedy, is he going to be able to survive? He does not. Goes down to Salty Inter. That is 1 down for Fresno State. UNLV now hitting the mid inhibitor turret. Quest does get snared up. No one able to follow through. Baking Yummy still there. No ultimate. Mid inhibitor taken by UNLV. Fresno State doing a good job of really stopping the bleeding there. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, but nonetheless, a huge Baron power play here being picked up through UNLV's well-planned aggression.
Yep.
And
Baking Yummy does get caught out. Has the Zonias. Unable to be taken. Oh man, this is getting a little scary.
Yeah, and they're just being choked out with this Baron buff and whittling away at that top turret. It doesn't look like there's any way for Fresno State to find this engage here, but it looks like they're found. Set.
Getter of the week. Nope. Yeah, it looks like they went ahead and converged onto Set. They're really sniffing out his flanks. Is this would you think fighting back, front to back, would be helpful for Fresno State, or you think they just got to keep committing to these angles?
I just don't think they have enough damage and aren't tanky enough as well, too.
Oh, look at this. Leon S. Kennedy gets dangerously low. Now the Coling goes ahead and picks up a kill onto Baking Yummy. And Jinxie Moo goes down as well. Quest getting drowsy. Doesn't quite go to sleep, but gets taken down. And it looks like that is 2 games to none. Is UNLV going to be able to close it out? That's an ace. Oh, no. Half of the team of Fresno State was on one page, the other half on another. 2 trying to find angles and completely get engaged on. And that is a win for UNLV. Well done to UNLV. This looked like it was going to be Fresno State's game to win. Unfortunately, getting picked off on crucial moments. The angles by Baking Yummy and Leon S. Kennedy were getting engaged on. Oh man, tough to see. Well done to UNLV. It looks like they were able to adapt quite well in this best of 3 series and closed it out with the 2-0 victory. Well done to Fresno State. Well done to UNLV, and there you go. It is a 2-0 for UNLV in this Mountain West preseason tournament, I believe is what it is. Can I get confirmation? Is it like a preseason tournament? All right, yeah. So Fresno State unable to pick up a best of 3 series in this preseason tournament for Mountain West. They still have more to go. I believe the regular season starts in January. I'm not too sure if they're in another invitational. Tom will definitely let us know on the server. As far as AOE events goes, be a lookout for 1v1s of the warm-up for the Red Bull Solo Cup. And then also we have all of our AOE regular season games on Sunday this week. They have been all transferred over to Sunday. And Friday, we have a community chat. Stay in tune for that. 2-0 UNLV taking out Fresno State. It's all right, though. It's the preseason. We still got a lot to work on. We still got a lot to see. Super unconventional picks coming out from the players of Fresno State. But that's their bread and butter. Hopefully, Timo goes through next time. Because we're trying to see the devil, and the devil is in the top lane. Baking yummy. Thank you for everybody watching. We're going to go ahead and close out the stream. Hard fought series for Fresno State. Oh, and by the way, if you're watching the Heat versus the Lakers, I think the Heat are having a good time or are fighting hard against the Lakers. So we'll see on that series as well. Thank you, everybody. Stay in tune. Friday for the community check. That is our next stream event. Take care. Thanks for watching.